Hey, what's up? It's Pat here. We're in the brand new studio, building it out, and we're trying to reduce the echo in the room. Now, have you ever seen these little egg crate sort of foam acoustical panels? They're really thin, they're flimsy, they pack really nicely, but do they actually work? How do they stack up against higher end, more premium acoustical panel solutions? Well, we're gonna find out in this video right now. We're gonna run a test, and then we'll see. So here we go. We're gonna go on Amazon and show you where we picked up 48 of these bad boys for about $49.99, and here's what they look like. Okay, apparently there are 48 of those things here. Just hold on a sec. This is this is 12 by 12, so it's 1 square foot of surface area, but we have 48 here in a 4-inch package. Okay, let's open it up and see. Okay, we got 24 in here and 24 in here. Just let me put one of these down. All right, and now it's in another bag of sorts. Okay, let's open this one. Whoa. Whoa. Like that Food Saver commercial. Oh, it stinks. Oh. Ooh. Actually, it smells grown on me. All right, so let's, you can see them sort of stacked here like that, and they're sort of, you know, the teeth are sort of against each other to save even more space. So let's just undo these. Here are 24 of them, and so this will take some time for it to sort of grow, but we'll do some other stuff while we're waiting, and then we'll come back when they're ready, and then we're gonna actually set them up in the room in the same surface area that we have. We also got hooked up by Outamute. Thank you, Outamute. They gave us some professional panels. We'll describe those in just a minute, but we're gonna have the same surface area. We're gonna put the same number of panels on the wall to cover the same amount of area and just see, is there a difference? So first of all, we'll put these, and so we'll just have to wait for now, I guess.
1 hour later.
All right, so now that we have let these sit for a while, they've expanded, they're about the right size. We're putting some sort of just carpentry tape on the back to create a little double-sided stickiness. And then we're gonna put them on cardboard that's the same shape as our professional acoustical panels, and then we'll put them up on the walls, and it'll be easy to stick them and see if they actually help out or not. Life of an entrepreneur right here. Just so tiny. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're just creating panels out of these that are the same size as our professional ones that we got from Outamute. So we're gonna just stick them onto here and hopefully not get my cord in the way. Just like that. We're gonna have the ones next to it sort of at a different position like that. It's not perfect, but we're making it work. So there we go. We'll just keep going. All right, so we finished our first panel here, and okay, it sticks. You can see this is actually, were chairs that we bought. But anyway, just want to see how this works so far. And again, the reason why we're putting it up on cardboard, not just up against the walls, because this is probably not going to be a permanent installation. So if I get up close here, you can kind of hear there's a little bit of a difference. I can hear it already. So I don't know, what do you think? Can you hear a difference? Probably, but I'm not going to be standing this close to a panel when I'm recording. This is about the echo sort of all around the room, right? So we're going to build 5 more of these, and then we have 6 total, and then we have 6 total acoustical panels from Outamute. Before we finish putting the cheap panels together, I have something special in this box I want to share with you, which comes from Outamute, which provides professional sound management solutions. And our friends over at Outamute hooked us up with some sound panels, which we'll be testing against these guys that we've been building. And we also need to use the cardboard here as well. So I'm gonna open them up and show you what's inside. So I've used Outamute sound solutions before in my home office, but never for a studio like this. So I am very familiar with their products, the quality, and just actually how much it can help reduce echo in a room. But we've never had these specific kinds of acoustical panels. We also ordered some ceiling panels, which we'll just install in a later, at a later time. But it'll be really interesting to compare these to these sort of foam ones that we're creating. All right, we got these guys. let me just pull one out here to see what this is like. Ooh. Ah, okay. Oh, a little bit wobbly, but that's because there's a lot of air in here. So there's an air gap in here in this particular material. This absorbs the sound and stops that reflection like we talked about earlier. So let me just put my head up next to this. Yeah, you could totally tell it deadens the sound. And when I do that with these foam ones, it doesn't actually have the same kind of response. So I'm really excited to put these guys up. And as you can see, we got it in the nice SPI red color, which is really cool. So we got 6 of these guys. This one's a white one, so we got white and red. Do you hear that sound difference? This is just back here. And gray. So gray. And so it'll kind of be a nice little color spectrum as we go across the studio here. So we'll probably do, what are we gonna do? Like 3 on this side, 3 on this side. We'll do that with the foam ones as well. And now we have this box that we can use to cut up and create more panels for the cheapo foams. So let's do that now. Thanks, bud. So this is my son, Keone. He's in the office with me today. He's out of school for summer and he's hanging out. He loves to do things that I do and like podcasting, right? We have a podcast that's available on iTunes right now called All of Your Beeswax, and he's having fun sort of seeing what we're up to here, and he's helping out too, so that's really cool. You having fun, bud?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you guys are, this is for soundproof, right?
No, actually, good question. Soundproofing means reducing the amount of sound that transfers from one room to another. So that's another issue besides echo. This is for echo reduction. That's a very common thing to get mixed up, but soundproofing is like if we want to make sure the people who walk in the hallways like don't make sound in here, and also pretend we were like playing guitar in here or something. We don't want that sound to bother other people. That's soundproofing. But this is echo reduction or acoustics as it's called. And we're on the final 6th panel here that we're building out of these cheapo foams, and it'll be exciting to compare against the more professional ones. So thanks again for your help, Ed. All right, we just finished building these 6 panels here with the cheap foam and cardboard. That way we can easily place them on the wall. I'll talk about placement in just a sec. But they are the exact same size, just about, 48 square feet total. We have 6 of our Acoustical professional panels, and we have 6 of these at the same size. And so we're gonna put them up. Now, where we put them up matters, obviously. We could obviously keep them on the ground here, and my voice travels this way, and that's not gonna really do anything. So we wanna put them up on the walls ahead of where most of the voice will come from. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of videos here, which is why we're gonna sort of place them evenly across the wall, 3 on each side in this room. However, I do want to say that our podcasting setup here is also for multi-purpose, right? So this table will actually be turned 90 degrees for future videos where we're going to be doing podcast interviews. So it's going to be really important for us to also treat this wall as well, which we're not going to do in this video because usually you're just going to have one position for most of your videos or podcasts and things like that. So we'll treat that wall a little bit later with something special that Acoustical also sent to us. I'll reveal that in a little bit. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these up on the wall, space them out so that our voice as it travels across the room won't have as much surface area to reflect off of and come back into our microphone. So let's put them up. We're gonna get some 3M sort of command sticky things so that we don't hurt the walls, because you know walls have feelings too. And then we'll place the professional ones up there and we'll test it. Here we go. All right, so this is a test without any sound panels on the walls. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. Okay, now I'm positioned in the desk that I'm going to be doing a lot of my podcasting and live streaming from. So I want to get a test here too, again with no sound panels on the wall. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. Three, 2, 1. It looks amazing. Okay. All right, so this is the test using the cheap foam acoustical panels on the wall. Here we go. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. Okay, so we got the acoustical panels set up on the wall, as you can see here. I think they look pretty nice, but we did spend some time measuring them and playing around with different color schemes. Anyways, it doesn't really matter if they look nice. How do they sound? Let's test it. So here we go. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. All right, and now for the sound test in the podcasting area. Here we go. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. All right, so we just finished all the tests, and let's have one more listen back to back to back, and then back to back to back. So here we go, let's listen. Hey, this is Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. 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 So I don't know if you heard it, but the difference to me was as clear as night and day. From 0 acoustical panels to the foam, the small thin ones, not that much of a difference. You could hear a little bit of a difference, but not too much. But wow, with these professional acoustical panels from Acoustical, definitely the way to go, especially if you're gonna have more permanent setup. So let's talk pricing really quick before I let you go, and I'll talk a little bit more about what we're doing with this other side of the room here. So the acoustical panels, obviously at $1 per panel, we had about 48 of them, so you're talking 50 bucks for a setup like that. Now, there are a number of people that I know who have taken those and have done some interesting things, creating boxes out of wood and other scraps to kind of create some air gaps and actually have a very similar feel to what you have here. But I know if you're like me, you don't have those kinds of skills. So it may be worth investing in a more professional acoustical setup like this. You don't need to cover the entire room, as you can tell, to have a significant difference with reducing that echo and the sound bouncing around the room and getting back into your microphone. So the price per panel from Acoustical was about $77. So you're thinking about 6 to have maybe in a room of about 150, 170 square feet, about 450 bucks. And that's a pretty wise investment, especially if you're gonna be doing a lot of content creation on podcast and or videos. Okay, now we do have a video. If you don't wanna spend any money, you can still reduce the echo in your room using household items, or if you perhaps are recording from a hotel room or something like that on the go while you're traveling, make sure to check out that video. It's in the description or in the card up above so that you can get some zero cost options for reducing echo. But like I said, what are we gonna do with this other side of the room here? It's completely blank right now, and there's gonna be a lot of podcast interviewing going on in person here. Well, that's where some higher end products from Acoustical come into play, which we'll talk about in a later video. So make sure you subscribe because you don't wanna miss that. It's something I've never seen before. So let me know in the comment section below. Did you hear a clear difference? What are your thoughts? Is the price worth the reduction in echo to you? Let me know what you think. Team Flynn, you're amazing. Thanks so much for joining me in this transformation of this office here at the WeWork in San Diego, California. You're amazing, and Team Flynn for the win. Hi, how you doing? I don't know why I'm whispering, but this is really cool because I have a switch pod in the brand new studio, and I'm gonna pick you up right now and put you in my hands like a nice little buttercup, and I'm gonna 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, are you? Okay. Well, it's okay if you're recording because I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to mouth some things that you know that I'm actually moving and talking and pretending like this is real because the camera's not even on, but that's okay. I like these panels. We're not showing you the other side because it's falling down, but that's okay. We're going to fix it later with some double-sided tape.